Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Going the Distance. This is episode 70. Can you believe we've done 70 episodes? I can't, but I want to welcome the new members who are just joining me for the first time, and I want to welcome back the members who have been joining me from the beginning. Your support is greatly appreciated. So before we get started, hit that thumbs up button and like the video, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. So before we get started, we've got the Masters going on today, so check that out. Who are y'all's favorite golfers? I know the two I'm looking forward to are Scotty Scheffler and Roy McIlroy. I hope those two do good. And right now, as I'm doing this video, Scheffler is second, and Roy McIlroy is, I don't think he's really started yet. So, but I'll keep you guys updated. And on Monday, I'll do the special of who won the Masters and how everybody did. So now we're going to move into some football news. Geno Smith signed a 2-year, $85.5 million deal with the Raiders. He was just traded from the Seahawks to the Raiders a couple weeks ago. I was surprised because I thought Geno was going to retire, but then he gets traded to Vegas. So is this a play deal and then he signs a bigger extension, or is he going to play these 2 years and then retire? Who knows? But I'll let you guys know as it comes time. I know this is going to be an interesting season because of all the pieces that have come together. In other football news, Trey Lance signed a 1-year deal with the Chargers, which left Dallas without a backup quarterback. But there is a reason for that. Because also the Patriots traded Joe Milton to the Cowboys to be Dak Prescott's backup. Let's see how Joe Milton does in Dallas. He's there just in case Dak gets hurt. Now, with that being said, does Dallas draft a quarterback and make it 3? And how does New England do? Do they go out and draft for another quarterback? Or do they trade for a quarterback? I don't know. But we'll see how all that wraps up. Moving on, we've got Alex Ovechkin passes Wayne Gretzky on the all-time leading NHL scoring record with 895 goals, passing Wayne Gretzky's 894. So I know that Ovechkin has a longer career to go. So he's just adding to that lead, and he may get so far ahead that nobody will be able to touch it. I didn't think anybody was going to be able to touch Wayne Gretzky, but Alex Ovechkin did. And if you look at their stats, they're almost identical. I think Ovechkin did all this in one less game than Wayne. But congratulations, Alex. We'll be keeping an eye on you. You play for the Washington Capitals, and I know that the Capitals are a good team. And we've got the NHL playoffs coming up, along with the NBA playoffs. So we'll be keeping an eye on that too. And speaking of basketball, Dwight Howard is going into the Hall of Fame. Now, he's well deserved. He's got some finals rings. He's been around for a while, so he really deserves those rings. Moving on, we're going to move into some UFL scores from week 2. On Friday night, we had the Stallions improve to 1-1 to defeat the Panthers, who dropped to 1-1 with a score of 20-12. On Saturday, we had the Defenders improve to 2-0, defeating the Roughnecks, who dropped to 0-2 with a 17-12 score. And on Sunday, we had the Renegades improve to 2-0, defeat the Roughnecks, who dropped to 0-2 with an 11-9 score. And the Battlehawks improve to 2-0, defeating the Brahmas, who dropped to 0-2 with a 26-9 score. Now, all that being said, the team that has surprised me so far this season are the Renegades. They went, they didn't do good last season. In fact, they didn't even start good last season. It was almost like the UFL, the USFL, and the XFL combined, and the Roughnecks were like, you know what? I'm just going to go out there and I'm just going to do what I'm going to do and just let the chips fall where they may. It looked like they weren't even trying. Now they look like they're trying, and look what they get to do. They're 2-0. And the Stallions are 1-1, which is another surprise because I thought the Stallions, who went undefeated, I think lost one game last year. And that was ridiculous because that was a game they shouldn't have lost, but they couldn't let an undefeated team. They couldn't let a team go undefeated. So the Stallions went 9-0 and then lost that game in Week 10. But still made it to the championship and won the championship. So congratulations to all the winners this week. And now let's move into some Week 3 predictions for the UFL. So on Friday night, we've got the Renegades at the Stallions. This is going to be a good one. In fact, this was the game. This was the premier game last season because the Renegades were the champions of their team, of their conference, either the USFL or the XFL, and the Stallions were the champions of theirs. So they, last season, combined. When they combined, they put the champion from each team play each other. So this is a rematch of that game. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say the Renegades in this game. That's Friday night. On Saturday, we have the Roughnecks at the Showboats. And both teams are 0-2, but I'm going to pick the Showboats in that one. That's on Saturday. There's only one game. That's at 2:30 on ESPN on Saturday. And then on Sunday at noon, we have the Brahmas at the Panthers. I'm picking the Panthers. And then at 3 o'clock on ABC, we have the Defenders at the Battlehawks. And this is going to be interesting because both of these teams are 2-0, but I'm going to pick the Defenders in that game. Moving on. That was all for sports news and sports scores. So now we're going to move into some music news. And a couple of days ago, I believe it was on Monday, we had a tour concert news break that Breaking Benjamin and 3 Days Grace are doing a co-headlining tour starting August 29th. And this is going to be a good one, y'all. Breaking Benjamin's good. 3 Days Grace is good. And, I saw Breaking Benjamin last year when they toured with Stained. And they put on a great show. And 3 Days Grace, up until recently, was touring with Disturbed on their The Sickness 25th anniversary tour. And that was Disturbed, 3 Days Grace, Daughtry, and Nothing More. So for this tour, it is Breaking Benjamin and 3 Days Grace with a group called Return to Dust. Now, I've never heard of Return to Dust, but I'm going to do some research on them and let you guys know how they're doing. So that tour starts August 29th in Missouri and ends on October 12th in Oklahoma. And they do have a stop in North Carolina in September. So I may go to that concert, I may not. I haven't decided yet. But it's definitely going to be a good one. If you've never seen Breaking Benjamin, it's a good one to get, they're a good one to go see live. And I'm sure 3 Days Grace puts on a good one. Because now Adam Gontier is back with 3 Days Grace. So it's definitely going to be a rockin' concert. One that, one that's going to be good. So now we're going to move into the Who We're Listening To segment. And who are we listening to this week? We're listening to Josh Groban. And I know this is funny to do Josh Groban after the news that I just said about Breaking Benjamin, because Josh Groban is an easy listening artist. He's from Los Angeles, California. He actually started in 1997 was when he first came on the scene and started doing music. I actually found out about him in around 2003 with his song You Raise Me Up, which is one of my favorites. And Closer is one of my favorite albums from him. He has his self-titled debut album. He's had 9 studio albums, and he's actually going to release a new one in 2025 called Gems. He's had 33 singles, 11 music videos, 2 compilation albums, 4 live albums, and like I said, his new album is called Gems, due out this year. My favorite album from him is called Awake, and that's got songs like February Song and Weeping and Machine and all that on it. Closer is another good one from him. And he's done Broadway music and actually done stuff on Broadway. So, he kind of quit doing music for a while and only started doing Broadway shows. But now he's working on his new album. And when it comes out, I'll let you guys know. That'll be music news for you guys. But this week, I want you guys to listen to the album Awake and Closer, because those are my favorite 2 albums from him. And let me know what you guys' favorite album from him is. If that's one of y'all's favorites, let me know. And let me know what y'all's favorite songs are. Now, I will tell you, he does sing in a different language on some of these albums, which I think is amazing, because he adds English and a different language on his album. So I love it. But let me know who you guys are listening to, what genre you guys are listening to, who's y'all's favorite artist, and what you guys think of the artists that I cover. What do you guys think of the Breaking Benjamin 3 Days Grace tour coming up? Are you guys going to go see it? And what are y'all's favorite songs from those artists? But that's about all I've got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Again, hit the thumbs up button and like the video. Subscribe to the video if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and we will be back next week to go the distance again. God bless.